Now the question about Martin Luther King and similarities between Barack Obama and Martin Luther King. Again, brothers and sisters need to understand that what Martin Luther King really represented, not just with Martin Luther King, there was symbolism and substance.
Okay.
And symbolically, Martin Luther King was described as the moral conscience, as symbolizing the moral conscience of America. Martin Luther King, remember, acquired a degree in theology by the age of 18. By the age of 26, he already acquired a PhD. Yet, he sacrificed his personal gains for the cause of his people.
That's right.
Martin Luther King could have been a high flyer in American society, even in the 1960s. He could have taken certain privileges, opted and chosen certain privileges, yeah? But he forwent all of that in order to defend and champion the cause of his own people at a very young age. Now, the difference between a Martin Luther King and a Barack Obama is Martin Luther King was murdered. Barack Obama has been made president. Yeah? Now, if Barack Obama was saying the things that Martin Luther King, if you take, for instance, the speech of Martin Luther King earlier on, yeah?
Vietnam.
Beyond Vietnam. Yeah? If you take that speech and you examine that speech and analyze that speech, I just want to, can I just highlight a couple of points from
yes,
from
Bro.Ldr.Mbandaka, I'm sure the listeners will appreciate what you have to share with us this evening.
Yeah.
Our time is short, but you know, if you can.
Okay. Now, if we, I just want to contrast that with, for instance, if you go back to Barack Obama's the speech that he made after he was it was highlighted that he went to this church.
Jeremiah
he was
Wright.
a member of Jeremiah Wright's church, and Jeremiah Wright was known to have made pronouncements against the American establishment. God damn America. He made a speech called God damn America. He also made a speech about 911, where he raised some serious questions about the American government. Yeah. Now, if you look at Martin Luther King's Beyond Vietnam speech and you analyze both speeches, yeah, you will see there are a lot of similarities. Martin Luther King condemned America outright, called America the greatest purveyor of violence on the planet, to pronounce that God is telling America, you are too arrogant. These are the words that Martin Luther King spoke in that speech. He also said in the speech that America behaves as though it has, and I'm paraphrasing now, it has been divinely ordained by God to police the world. Yeah? Comments like that he made. If you look and listen to the speech of Jeremiah Wright was saying some of the very same things, you see. But if you examine the oratory of Barack Obama, it's all about America, the American dream, and buying into the American dream, and it's all about the hope that America presents for all of us, whereas Martin Luther King was about exposing the hypocrisy of the American government, which didn't even live up to its own creed, as he said in the I Have a Dream speech. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equally. He was saying America was not living up to the letter of its own constitution. That same speech in Washington in August 1963, 1963, he also said, we have come to the nation's capital. Because 100 years after Emancipation Proclamation, we're still not free. He said it's as if we were given a check, and when we tried to cash that check, we had a statement from the bank saying insufficient funds. We have come now to the nation's capital to cash that check. He's saying America has been deceiving us. Yes? So this is why I'm concerned about the symbolism of Obama without substance. Because symbolism without substance is deception. I'm not necessarily saying that Obama is a deceiver. I am saying the American establishment that put an Obama in the place of the presidency. Let's be clear about that. He was not put there by African people. He had to go through a whole process that we didn't control. We had nothing to do with. He had to go through that whole process before he became an option for us to cast our vote. And who did they put up against him? The Democratic Party. Remember, these institutions we talk about, Trilateral Commission and Council on Racial, these are bipartisan institutions in America. They're not concerned about Democratic or Republican politics. They're concerned about Americanism, advancing and preserving and protecting American imperialism. These bipartisan forces are responsible for ushering people in the presidency. Who did they put up against Obama? McCain. McCain was never going to be. He represented all that the American public was running away from. But interestingly, even though the American public was now anti-Republican in the opinion polls, white America still voted in favor of McCain. You are with me?
Yes,
yeah?
Indeed.
So I'm really intertwined a few issues into one there. But I hope brothers and sisters understand clearly why I feel that the analysis of an Obama as being the fulfillment of the dream of Martin Luther King is erroneous. It's a misnomer. And we must do the proper research and analysis, and we understand that there is no similarity whatsoever. Obama is about fulfilling the American dream. Obama believes in the American dream. Martin Luther King understood that the American dream, in fact, Martin Luther King said that his dream, he spoke about shattered dreams. He said his dream has become a nightmare. So he had begun to use the language of Omowale Malcolm X, who said, I don't see an American dream. We don't see the American dream. We've only experienced the American nightmare. And Martin Luther King began to spoke into that American nightmare. That is why he was assassinated. Tendai Mwari.